In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Snap camera. Let's get right into it. Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing a super niche tech item, the Snap camera. I have had this camera for a couple of years now, and it has shown up in several of my videos, especially my what's in my bag videos, in my mini tech review videos, and other types of videos. So I have been getting a lot of questions over the years asking me to do a review of the Snap camera, and that is what we're going to do in today's video. The way that this video is going to be structured is that I will first talk about the specs. I will open up the Snap website and tell you all of the details about this camera. By the way, the camera's in here. I'll show it to you in a second. But yeah, I will share all of those specs with you so that I don't have to rely on my brain and my memory to tell you the specs. I've had this for a couple of years now, so while things are kind of second nature for me when I'm using this, I can't remember like all the little tiny details. So we're going to pull up the website so that you can get all of the accurate information. And then I will share my pros. I will share my cons for this, my personal pros and cons. And then we will end the video off with me telling you whether or not I think this device is worth it, especially going into the holiday season, where this could potentially be a giftable thing. So hopefully this video is helpful. If it is at any point, definitely let me know in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this device in the comment section. But let's jump right into it. I'm going to pull up the website right now and get those details for you, but I do also want to get it out of my little pouch here. This is actually a Baggu eyeglasses pouch. It has the dimensions that fit this camera, and I was looking for a pouch that is cute and not like the super standard camera pouch. So just a heads up, if you do end up getting this camera, the Baggu eyeglasses pouch fits it perfectly. I'm just going to take it out here. And this is the Snap camera. As you can see, it's super vintage, it's super cute, and it's actually not too big. It's very light as well, and the color that I have here is like a really nice vintage brown color. So let's jump into the website specs. The first thing that I want to just note, a disclaimer, is that this is their core camera. So I believe this is their very first camera, Snap product, and since they released this one, they have released a couple more cameras. So they have the Pro camera and they have the video camera. So just a heads up, we are only talking about the core camera in today's video. All right, so right from the top, what makes this camera special? First of all, it has no screen. So obviously you know that this is a camera, but it doesn't have a viewfinder on the back like a lot of modern cameras. And I think they're saying that this is special because they're really trying to revert back to the old school way of taking images where you don't rely on a viewfinder, you don't rely on your phone screen to know exactly what pictures you're taking. You can't go back and check and see how those pictures ended up. So it really does revert back to like a nostalgic vibe, which is like their whole thing if you kind of think about it. I like to use the comparison of a disposable camera, like those cameras that you get at the pharmacy, at CVS, whatever. And so I will be using that comparison a lot throughout this video. So again, no screen. Another special thing about it is that you just point and shoot. Again, we're going back to the nostalgic times where we would just look through this little thing over here and point and shoot, and that's pretty much it. You move on. You can't tell if you need to redo it. It just makes it a little bit more special, a little bit more in the moment. You're being more present and you're just taking pictures instead of thinking about how the shot came out. Another thing that makes it special is that it takes 500 shots in one charge. So yes, this is rechargeable and you can take 500 photos. So no longer the 30 or 20 image limit that you would get on a disposable camera, and then once you hit that limit you have to go to the store and develop those images and get them printed for you. This can take 500 shots, it is rechargeable, and it is reusable. So you can take all of the images, those 500 images, you can plug this into your computer, export all of those images onto your computer, and then do whatever you want to do with it afterward. You can share it, you can print it, you can do whatever it may be. Then you can remove those images from this device, and then you can start all over again. So you start with 500 shots, but then you can do 500 shots again and again and again and again. So this is not disposable at all, even though it has a lot of those disposable camera vibes, it is 100% reusable, rechargeable, and it will last a really, really long time. Okay, moving on, there are a lot of colors. As you can clearly see here, I have the brown color. It's called chestnut brown, but they also have a black, they have a forest green, they have like a really nice bright yellow, they have white, pink, like a teal kind of blue, red, navy. They have a denim, and they're actually showing the texture of the denim. They have blue velvet and red velvet, which is so fun. It actually has like that velvet texture, which could be really fantastic for holiday events, I think. If you want to see the texture of mine, it kind of has like that faux leather kind of vibe, and it feels like that as well. Very, very nostalgic and vintage, which is like a huge appeal for me, of course. Okay, there are some add-ons you can purchase with this, such as a camera bag. You can get a camera bag from them. Again, I just got one from Baggu because I wanted a really cute one. There's also a waterproof case, which is really cool. That's going to be really ideal for vacationing. But moving down to some more product descriptions, you can actually hold up to 2,000 photos in this. So even though you can take 500 in one go, you can hold up to 2,000 in here. Now, me personally, once I take my series of photos, I go and I export it immediately and then erase this thing so that it can go back to reset, if you will. But if you want to hold 2,000 images in here, you totally can. It just depends on what you want to do. They also say that there's an included SD memory card in here. So for anybody who's curious about that, it is included. Another thing that is included is the USB-C to USB-C cable. And that is for charging purposes, that is for exporting purposes, but it does also say on the website, which I think is cool, that you can use other cables with this. It doesn't have to be the cable that they give you. You can use another one, and a lot of niche devices like this tend to tell you that you can only use the cord that they provide to you. So it's really cool that they're like, you can use whatever cord you want. You don't necessarily need to use the one that we've given you. It has a built-in LED flash, so in the back over here, it has the flash toggles. You can do on, off, or auto, and you can kind of just customize that based off of your usage. I like to personally use the manual stuff because sometimes the auto flash will flash when I don't want it to flash, or if I'm trying to be like inconspicuous, I don't know. But you can do it depending on what is most important to you. The actual size of this is 4.5 by 2.5 by 1, so it is quite small. It is almost the size of my palm, just under the size of my hand. So it's pretty small. I'm going to put it next to my phone here, my Google Pixel 10 Pro. As you can see, it is significantly smaller. So that's really cool. Really, really lightweight. It feels like almost nothing, which I love. This is like something that you can truly just throw into your bag and you won't even notice it taking up space and weight. And then under their product description, they really are just telling you and encouraging you to do things with a screen-free device, kind of be present, be distraction-free. You can use this for so many different things, such as summer camp, concerts, festivals, theme parks, a night out with friends. It's just no screen, no distraction, just point and snap. Go on about your day and your events and your life and just have this as a companion. Now, another thing I want to mention is that this has a filter on it. So I'm talking about all of the nostalgic vibes here. It also has a nostalgic filter on it. It is preloaded. So that means when you take pictures with this, it will automatically have a filter on it. And you can download for free other filters from the CampSnap website. You can choose between a bunch of different filters, such as the black and white filter. You can do no filter at all. So if you want to have like an actual vintagey feel, but without an actual filter across it, you can do that. Or you can build your own custom filter, which is really, really cool to see. You can really kind of curate this to the vibe and aesthetic that is best matching for you. And then of course it is preloaded with the Camp Classic filter. That's the one that is on my camera. I don't have any crazy cool filters on this. I should probably give that a go and see how it ends up, because that's a really cool feature that you can just preload filters on this. And then finally, the last specification is the price. So this is $69.95, about $70. For something such as this, for something such as like a tech device, I don't think that's too bad of a price, especially because it's rechargeable, it's reusable. It truly is like, it could be something that lasts forever, and it's not anything like a disposable camera. I think the last time I recall using a disposable camera, it might have been around $20. So for this to be $70 and you can use it forever and ever, and it has a really cute design and has all of these cool custom things that you can do with it, I think the price is actually pretty great. And honestly, probably on the more affordable side when it comes to tech gifts throughout the holiday season. Okay, so those are the main specs here. Now I want to talk about my personal pros and cons. So the first pro that I have is that it's a simple concept and it is done well. Like I've been saying many times before, it's just a point and shoot camera. It does what it needs to do and it does it really well. Now, here is where I will throw in some examples of photos that I've taken with this camera so that you can see for yourself the quality of the images that are coming out. Now, again, it does have a filter on it, so that's why you're seeing like this graininess, you're seeing like a little bit of the muted colors and the warmth and stuff like that. So the filter is on there on purpose, but take a look at the images themselves. They are really fantastic images, and they may be blurred, they may be kind of flashed out in certain areas, but that gives it its nostalgic charm. At the end of the day, I think the images themselves are extremely, extremely fantastic, especially for a $69.95 point and shoot camera. Now, talking about the filter, I think the filter is fantastic. I love the nostalgic vibe that it gives. I have definitely taken images from this device, exported it into my computer, and immediately shared it on social media without any fine-tuning or any further edits. I just love the way that it looks. I think it's really special. I think it gives the images a little bit of charm. Now, I haven't tried this camera out without a filter. I would love to see how it would look just without a filter on its own, if it still has a really nice nostalgic vibe, but that is to come. If you are interested in seeing that, if you are interested in seeing me demo the different filters, let me know. But I do really love the classic filter that is already preloaded onto the camera. Another pro is that it is very easy to transfer images from here to your device. I use the cord that it comes with. I use whatever cord is nearby me. I plug it into here, which you can plug it in at the bottom right over here. And then I plug it into my MacBook. A folder just pops up on my MacBook. I open into it and all of the images are there. It is that simple. You plug the two devices into one another, a folder pops up, all of the images are in the folder. You can move them around. You can take them out of that folder and create a new folder on your computer. You can upload them into your drive. You can then access that on your phone. So you can go into Drive, download those images from there, and now it's on your phone. You can delete, you can rename, you can do whatever you want to do with these image files. And if you do delete them, they will be removed off of this camera device, and then the image count, the amount of images that you can take on this, will reset back to the highest amount, which I believe is 500. So super, super easy. You would think that it's complicated. You would think it's kind of scary and intimidating, especially if you don't have much experience with plugging in a camera and transferring files, or if you're just used to like things like AirDrop or clouds and stuff like that. I think it's extremely, extremely easy and accessible and straightforward. You really don't need to do much outside of plugging the two devices into one another and then going from there. And then the last pro is that I think this is a total crowd pleaser. I think cameras like this, the CamSnap, the Instax, are really, really fantastic for events, for birthdays, for engagement parties, for any kind of event, to be honest with you. And I also think they are a crowd pleaser when it comes to gift giving. This is just something that a lot of people don't consider themselves. I don't think that they go out and they're like, hey, I'm just gonna get a camera that is just single use point and shoot outside of their phone. And so I think it's really fantastic to just show up and have if you are having an event. For example, I had an Instax, and I would also use this camera in this instance, but I carried around an Instax around my best friend, like my childhood best friend's wedding. I was her maid of honor or matron of honor, and I took a bunch of like candid photos using the Instax. I would do something very similar with this camera as well, and then just compile all of the images and send it to them and make a really, really special kind of sentimental gift, whatever it may be. Or if you're having like a baby shower, if you're having a birthday, you can kind of just sit this camera on the side so that guests can pick it up and take pictures from their perspective so that the person who's hosting the event can go in, load up all of those images and share it with everyone that was at the party, or just have it as a keepsake. I just think that is so special. One of the greatest things that you can include in an event. And again, for gift giving. This can be such a fantastic gift because people aren't thinking about getting it for themselves. And once they do have it themselves, they can go ahead and use it when they're having little events of their own, or they can use it on the weekend whenever they're going out with friends, and just make their little experiences in life all the more special because they have something like this to capture it in such a special, nostalgic way. Now, my cons. I have 2 cons. The first con is that there's a slight discrepancy between the viewfinder or this little thing over here and the actual image. This is a very common problem when we're talking about disposable cameras and cameras that don't have like an actual screen to view what the image looks like after you take it. But this over here is where you would look through and take a camera photo, is where you would take a photo. And so there have been a lot of times where I'll take the image just like this, and I can see on the outside what the image would look like, and then when I actually export the image, it doesn't look exactly in the right dimensions that I thought I took the image. So that's just something I feel like is expected with these kinds of cameras, but just a heads up on that if you're really, really like strict on that. And sometimes I am when it comes to social media. So just a heads up. That is like a very subtle con because it's just something to expect. If I sound a little nasally, I did just sneeze. I'm sorry. But the second con is that the on and off button on this is really, really loud. I'm going to turn it on. Hopefully the battery is charged so that I can demo that for you. But you would just hold down on the shutter button right here. Yeah, it didn't work. This needs to be charged. I have not used it in a really long time, but you would just hold this shutter button right here for like a couple of seconds and it would turn on and it would just go beep, and it's really, really loud. Sometimes I'm like in a somewhat quiet place and I want to get a shot of something like say a coffee shop, and it's just kind of crazy to hear a really loud robotic beep when it's turning on. Sometimes it's like really, it will actually have people turn their heads, which is a little bit embarrassing. So just a heads up on that. And when you do turn it on, this over here will shine like a bright red number, and that is how you would know how many images you have left on that one charge to take photos. Sorry that I couldn't show you that. I wish I could show you that. And this is like the little speaker over here, by the way. So when you do press the button, the sound is coming from there. And when you do take an image, like you just press down and take an image, it will make like a faux shutter sound, like a kind of sound. And it's very fake sounding, but it does come from here as well. Now it's a good thing to make note of where this speaker is, because when it is extremely loud and I am in a coffee shop, I will actually put my finger over the speaker and press down and turn it on, and it mutes the noise by a ton. So just a heads up, if you get embarrassed like I do, you can just hold the speaker down like that, press the button, and you should be way better off than if you weren't holding down on the speaker. Okay, so that is my review of the CamSnap camera, the core camera, if you will. Do I think it is worth it? I think you can probably tell that I think this is 100% worth it. For $70, I think this is a really, really fantastic special gift to give someone this year for the holidays. $70 isn't too bad for a camera like this. I think it can do a lot of custom things. I think it looks really, really nice, and I love the fact that it is rechargeable and reusable. That $70 can go a very, very long way because it is rechargeable and reusable, and you can customize the experience to make it more special as the years go on and on and on. So yes, I do think this is definitely worth the $70. I definitely think it's worth all of the things that are packaged into this and the product that you get afterward. The images are fantastic. I really, really love it. I promise you that like bringing something like this, and it is again so light, taking it on vacation, taking it to a friend's birthday party, taking it to your Christmas dinner is going to make those experiences all the more special. And I think that's the whole purpose of this device, is to make little moments like this special again, whereas maybe your smartphone camera makes it a little bit more of the norm, of the mundane, of the usual, and this brings back some more charm and excitement and conversation around capturing memories. So you let me know what you think about this camera in the comment section, if you think that you're going to be getting this for yourself, if you're going to add it to your personal wish list, or if you plan on gifting it to someone in your life. You have no idea how many people I have in my brain to gift this too, because I think it's just such a cool gift. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope this was helpful, and I will talk to you in the next video.